Hey guys, welcome back to Fourth Wall Reactions. Today I'm here to check out some more Black Sails. This is season 3, episode 5. God, the lighting just changed spontaneously as it does. Sorry. Last episode there was a lot of chaos in Nassau, and Flint and crew are being held captive in a place where apparently Mr. Scott is going to show up sometime soon, I hope. So, I'm very excited about this episode. Let's check it out. Mr. Scott? Mr. Scott?
That is the king.
Yep. Save him.
They say you are dead. They say you were defeated by Captain Honigo.
They only truly ever have half the story, don't they? Did no one put up any resistance? Not even Vane.
It was all he and Captain Teach could do to escape.
Teach?
He didn't know.
Once Eleanor was ready to assume control, I encouraged it so that I might manage the survival of both places.
Wow.
For as long as I have known you, you've been two wholly separate men.
Well, you're one to talk.
Now my wife, my daughter, and all who live here are in the gravest of danger. They must find a way to steal what they need to live. And they will need help to do so. Your help.
The partnership. With Nassau gone, they lost a vital supply line. We would go out on the account, hunt for them, using this place as a hidden base. He has authority here, but he doesn't have the final word. The Queen. Her concerns about our trustworthiness remain. He said that he would arrange for me to appeal directly to the Queen. And what if you can't convince her? Either everyone on his crew is released with a guide to take them safely back to the beach, or the Queen dies within days of the King.
Damn.
Even if you could get the knife to her throat and convince them to let us go, you would never get out of this alive.
He's aware. Oh my god. Oh, does this mean Mr. Scott's gonna die? I'm gonna be so upset. Like, that was just such a great reveal. He's been...
Charles Vane is no longer a part of Nassau's story. You know that, yes?
I don't know.
Any news from the fort as to Captain Rackham's whereabouts?
I'm told he and Anne Bonny fled before our arrival there. Their whereabouts are unknown. Why?
Spain may be appeased, but the street is still an open question. If you want me to help you play that game, I need to know where all the players are.
True. I don't know why. This guy cracks me up so much. Demeanor. Timing.
I am, once again, a citizen of the British Empire.
Congratulations.
A few hours ago, any magistrate in the Empire would have hanged me without hesitation. Children would have cheered. Women would have taken comfort among this villain in the world. And with a stroke of a pen, it's all gone. As if it never existed.
He sounds disappointed.
I sincerely hope this doesn't diminish your attraction to me.
What?
I suppose I should have seen this. That somehow your grip on this place would be too strong to be denied by a king, his laws, or even your death. In the winter, the sun drives hard through those windows. You'll be blinded there, lest you keep them shuttered all day long. I had the desk where it was for a reason. So I suppose you haven't been here long enough to know how to sit in that chair.
Meow.
The 6 names have already been chosen, and yours isn't among them. You are a pirate. Excuse me? You held a share in an active crew. What I have done so thoroughly pales in comparison to what you did before me. And I lost everything for it. That night before you were taken, when you made the first of your lists of those you wanted to see dead, was I on that list?
No. The night I was taken. Did you inform Hornigold where he could find me?
No.
I have to go back because I don't know if those things are true or not.
I said I would hear him. How is that ignoring anything?
You said you would hear him. I need you to listen.
I understand. Do you trust me to make this decision?
Of course I do.
If he's going to die, at least he got a chance to see his family. I really hope he doesn't, though.
Did she listen to you?
No. You?
You seem awfully eager to get rid of him. Of course I am. We've propped him up because his strength as a captain was the thing that was going to keep us alive. If he wants to sacrifice himself so that we might go free, that might be the first selfless thing he's done for our benefit since we've known him. I'd ask you not to get in his way. Los propietarios embargarían nuestros sueldos. Le quitarían el empleo al capitán. Y es muy difícil para él encontrar empleo de nuevo.
Hard for him to find work now.
Rendirnos no era una opción.
What are you carrying? Oh! Wait. What the hell?
For obvious reasons, that is only a sample. There are several thousand more behind it, assuming we are able to reach an agreement here, today.
It's from the Spanish gold. Money you held out from the fort, your share.
As far as anyone knows, the entirety of the Spanish gold was captured today in the fort by your men. And this comes from nowhere.
She's very cunning.
Billy doesn't give a shit if you die tomorrow.
His face.
I suppose you knew that already. Right now I am bothered by it. I understand the allure of ensuring that no one will ever think you the villain you fear you are. What a waste it seems to me, knowing it doesn't have to be this way. Knowing the man who talked me into giving a shit about this crew. He could talk those people out there into anything, if he wanted to.
Silver has changed so much, hasn't he?
You are going to have to confront these realities, chief among them being that England takes whatever, whenever, however it wants. It has taken them from me. I imagine that it has taken it from you. I am suggesting that we help each other. Start taking things back. And it starts with NASA. They pledged to follow me when they thought I was alive. They turned when they thought I was gone. So I will come back from the dead and lay claim to what I am owed.
Woo.
What does a colonial power do when the men whose toil powers it lay down their shovels, take up swords, and say no more? Bring down NASA. Maybe bring it all down.
Your name's in you.
What?
Is there anything of value in it?
Not unless we have an interest in invading NASA. Which I don't think we do. Do we?
No, we don't.
How do they learn anything about it so quickly?
Well, the same way they do all British governors in the Americas. A spy in his office.
Eleanor, are you a spy? She a spy. Terrible timing. Are you the spy? Maybe she's the spy.
About 6 months ago, I was approached by a man who introduced himself as John and said his employers wished to monitor your operation to retake Nassau.
She's the spy.
Or I could open the door of the full scope of the danger you face if you do not return the entirety of the hidden cash, along with the gold from the fort.
I will see this money secured and return it with the rest of the gold in a matter of hours.
A matter of hours.
Based on the scope of the exchanges involved. And that is only half of it.
Yeah. She had a lot more. There you go.
Yeah, there's a problem with the plan.
It was your plan.
I know. We'd need to change our names.
Who gives a shit?
I do. A little bit. I do. With everything I've lost in recent days, I can't afford to lose the name too.
Aw.
No, just listen. Make up your fucking mind.
Charles was the only one they singled out. They could have mentioned us. They didn't. They had pardons for unrepentant murderers back there. If that is the case, then there are certainly pardons for us too. We walk into the tavern, we sign our names, and then not only are we square with the law, our money is too.
Walk another half mile, we get in that boat. And we win.
No more than a few hours.
Oh, Jack. Oh, Jack.
Promise.
It's gonna go so wrong. Oh, Jack, sweetie. I'm so with Anne on this one.
I'm going to admit something to you. Please don't take this the wrong way. I didn't think there was a chance in hell that was actually going to work. Me neither. Thank you for opening that door.
Oh. Why is that making me cry?
We marshal whatever resources we can. As many ships as we can muster and allies to sail them. Men resolved to defy the pardon and ready to join a war.
He wants a fight.
Now we
so
go
bad.
find Charles Manning.
Ah, that's great. Fabulous. All right, guys, that was episode 5 of season 3 of Black Sails. I got a little teary at that conversation between Flint and Silver. I think because, I mean, as audience members, we know Flint's inner thoughts and his weighing of like, do I give up? Do I fight? He's just so tired and, you know, he's really struggling. And I had talked before about how losing Miranda might impact him on all these different levels. And one of them was that he lost his only confidant. You know, he really doesn't have anybody that he can truly be himself with. I don't think Silver is that for him yet, but he has let him in a little bit, and I think he really needed to hear that. I think he desperately needed to hear what he heard from Silver. So that just touched me because, I mean, I don't think Silver knows for certain what's going on in Flint's head. Who could? But Silver's one of those characters who is extraordinarily perceptive, and he really reads people really well. And I just really loved their exchanges in this episode. And I think Flint really needed to hear the things that Silver said. So I thought the explanation of Mr. Scott, it was pretty quick, but I like how he's flown under the radar all this time. They didn't really, I mean, I guess I didn't expect like some miraculous recovery or anything like that, but, you know, hopefully he's on the mend. I'm not sure. Flint and this plan, I was thinking Flint just has this way of making something that sounds impossible seem almost like, oh yeah, we could do that. Sure. I mean, not just like, oh yeah, it'll be easy, but I mean, he takes these ideas that most other people would be like, are you crazy? And he just has a way of spinning it so that people respond positively to it. I don't know how this is gonna go. I'm glad that he has found some mojo, Flint, and like they're gonna get back in the action. Because I was afraid that we're gonna stay too long in this sort of more stagnant situation, and I really was rooting for him to be out and about and fighting back. So I think that Max has some serious balls. There is no way that it's absolutely in character for her to be like, this new regime is not leaving me behind. If you want to give everyone else a clean slate, you got to give me a clean slate. Interesting how Eleanor had listed her as a pirate. I mean, she was associated with pirates. But Max never really did any of the actual pirating. She directed the pirates. Which I guess is guilt by association, but that's true of Eleanor as well. I think in the end that Max and Eleanor are a lot more alike than they would like to think they are. Because at some point, my thoughts are a little jumbled, but I'm going to get there. At some point in the episode, I was questioning whether or not Eleanor was really sincere about all this. Is she playing this role of cooperative captive, just, to save her skin, because who could blame her for doing that? But in her private conversation with Max, she seemed actually very sincere about like, well, let's make this work. I don't know if that was sincere or if she was showing a false face to Max. Who knows? I don't know. But in that moment where they were talking about, someone is spying on the governor, that's why I said, ooh, is it Eleanor? Like, I mean, I guess how could she, really? I did kind of see the connection coming between Eleanor and Woodes Rogers. I'll say that was not a surprise. I could see that happening, but I don't know if it'll end well. Is Eleanor really any more trustworthy than Max? I mean, look at how many times she's flip-flopped about Vane, and she and Max are both so similar in that they will do whatever it takes to survive. If they ever actually put their vendettas against each other aside and work together, be unstoppable. As are Vane and Blackbeard, and they're kind of kindred spirits in a way, but I do think that Vane is still hung up on Eleanor. I think he's hung up on Nassau. I think when they run into Flint, which I think it's inevitable that they will, I think he's going to be so on board about going back. But I that's just a guess. I don't know. We'll see. And this whole thing about Jack not wanting to give up his reputation and his name, I understand it, but my God, man, you got away with the gold. Like, it's a small sacrifice. So I'm totally on board with Anne's side of things. She's like, are you kidding me? Oh, Jack, I don't see that ending well. But, you never know. No, I don't see it ending well. At this point, too, with the Urca gold, so much of it was divvied up and spent. And, there was so much of it to spend. But, I think there's a chunk that is not recoverable, yeah? Yeah, a really great episode. I really enjoyed Flint in this episode. I'm actually really enjoying Woodes Rogers. I've been kind of waiting to see if, sometimes with characters, they show their polite face, the civilized side of themselves, and then, like, the monster is unleashed. It seems to me, now 5 episodes in, halfway through this season, that he seems to be legit. He seems to be, like, a fairly good guy who's gone through some stuff. But, he does seem to be legit. I'm not saying that won't crumble and that he might turn into some sort of monster. Who knows what Nassau will make of this guy. But I actually kind of like him. Even though he represents the side of the oppressors in the eyes of this show. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching this one with me. If you enjoyed the reaction, please feel free to give it a like, a share, and a subscribe. Full reactions are on Patreon, and be sure to join me for episode 6. Thanks, guys. Bye.